live video every week. So we're just getting ready for that. And I was like, okay. I didn't know you was coming in. When you said I'll be there in 30, I'm like, okay.
Oh,
Like, well, no, you're fine. No, you're fine. But no, it's very. Yeah, thanks for coming
what's
in.
up, everyone?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We
Yep.
will be
Or if you have
joined
any
by
other
Bill
questions,
momentarily,
if you come across
which
anything else
is kind of the opposite of what we normally do,
we do a little bit
but
of everything.
Bill's finishing
We
up
do,
with a customer. And so we'll go ahead and get started here and talk about a couple housekeeping things before we really get into part 2 of our sports card prediction series, I guess. So this is part 2. We're a little bit more than halfway, right at halfway down our list. So just want to mention a couple of shop things. Player of the day, shop only promotion, bonus packs, weekly special, buy Panini football, has to be Panini football. For every $50, you're getting 2 free promo packs and then a ticket that'll get you in the weekly drawing. We'll give you cool things like this t-shirt. And also this Saturday, if you've never met me in person or never came to the show in Hilliard that is called the Columbus Sports Card Show, that is actually this Saturday and Sunday at the Hilliard in Hilliard at the Franklin County Fairgrounds. So it's Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3. On Sunday, most guys are out of there by 2. It's probably one of the better shows in Ohio, to be completely honest. So I'll be there with a good selection of hobby boxes, Funko Pops, that sort of thing. So we got those 2 things going on, and then just mentioning Funko Pops, cool new Ja Morant, Funko in, have Curry and several other guys. We got Bowman Draft Light in, which is an affordable alternative for the Bowman Draft product. And then we've got Capstone Baseball and 5-Star Baseball. There's a couple of the newer products that just came in. So Bill will be joining me in just a second. And here are the things that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about local hobby shops, what we think you can expect out of your local hobby shop in 2023, or how are you going to survive? Is your local hobby shop going to survive in 2023? We're going to talk about the Fanatics takeover, the good and the bad and the ugly on that. We're going to talk about hobby health in general. What do we see the hobby doing? We're going to talk about the role.
Hey guys,
yeah,
I'm back.
We're going to talk about the role the internet is playing in the growth of our hobby, and is it going to continue to do so? And then last, I just threw this one on here. We're going to talk a little bit about sports betting. And so we're going to talk about how that might impact our hobby.
Sorry for my tardiness. I was in the process of acquiring a Mickey Mantle Upper Deck authenticated hat out of 536.
Yeah, you haven't been here for like 4 minutes, and I probably actually got to speak more.
Yes, that's
in those
pretty much
4 minutes.
That's our new thing. We're going to let you do the start, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, so I'll get to actually say a few words now.
So, Josh Collins, hey, how are you doing?
What?
I literally, Rob just told me today, and I completely forgot about it. But
we were joking about getting you a Game Time Collectible shirt.
We want to get you a Game Time Collectible shirt.
So when you're like interviewed on ESPN,
if anybody doesn't know or does or doesn't know, we have a shop. Josh Collins is a customer of ours and has bought off us for years.
He used to set up at the Southway show.
He also is a huge Bengals fan and happened to be at the game.
I'm also a huge Bengals fan. Not as big as him. I don't.
Yeah. How many games have you went to the Bengals?
Never.
So I would say Josh is a bigger fan.
He is, for sure.
Bobby's been to one. I haven't been to. I've been to one. It was in Pittsburgh. Anyways,
my daughter's making me take her.
Anyways, Josh was there, and after the incident with Damar Hamlin, he had a sign, and he decided to write, "Please pray for him."
Yeah.
And it got picked up nationwide, like literally ESPN and everything.
NFL memes, which has like 22 million people on it.
And I'm sitting there watching it because they showed it for a good while during the thing, and I kept on looking. I'm like, what's
my daughter?
What's
my daughter
doing with
sent me a
sign
picture of because she's a Bengals fan. She sends me a picture of Josh,
Yeah.
and I'm like, we know him.
We know him.
We know him.
We've bought stuff.
So if you're watching this video and you see that Josh is watching this,
for sure.
Yeah,
that was him. So
that was the guy that everybody's talking about,
and a super Bengals fan, and stuff like that. But in those
when it wasn't cool,
when it wasn't cool, he was collecting Andy Dalton before, Anyways, but I feel sorry for those people. Anyways,
okay,
so we're glad that in a situation where they're fully dressed in his Bengal stuff, but a greater cause came along, so
He supported that.
Yep,
yeah.
we supported that. So, but anyways, hey, did you tell him where you're going to be Saturday?
I did. I told him about the show. I told him
Sure.
about the NFL Player of
Did
the
you tell him
Day.
where I'll be Saturday?
And where are you going to be? Here?
I'll be in the shop.
Oh, okay.
I'll be in the shop selling whatever Rob left over.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So yeah, our shop is open Saturday, and I also should mention Caesars Creek will be open Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday.
With I'm sending them a good selection of Funko Pops and that sort of thing.
Hey, this is the first time this year they've been open in Caesars Creek.
Well, yes. Yeah. Well, the first is Sunday. So he was open Sunday.
Nah, he didn't do much. So.
Yeah.
no. These are the official.
It kind of looked like he wasn't open, but
yeah.
I know he was.
Yeah,
there.
these are the official 2 days of Star News.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, that's true. But so yeah, we can jump right in because
sure.
These last two we kind of
we have talked about this. Oh, by the way, we have a flying object coming into screen. Bring it over, Harold. You could push it up there closer if you want. This is our newest acquisition for the shop.
There you go.
It is a Mickey Mantle authenticated upper deck jersey or hat, numbered to 536. We just acquired. So, yep. So, anyways,
cool. Little do they know, like if they leave early today, I'm just going to put it on.
I've already wore it. I tried it on. I wore it backwards. That's the funny thing.
Go out and throw.
I wear a Yankees hat most of the time, or I wear my Beckett. This is actually from the Industry Summit. Thank you, Mike Aldrich, for my hat. Anyways,
okay, so we'll dive into this. So our predictions for 2023.
We have talked about this, and we are going to try to do our videos maybe a little bit shorter. We're going to shoot for maybe the 20-minute area, and maybe occasionally do another video a week, just because
it works better.
It works better for YouTube.
Transfer it directly to YouTube.
Yeah, and we definitely want to build up some more presence on YouTube and people watching and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Marcus Allen, hey, thanks for watching. And Sam, Marcus Allen, and Vince,
the Marcus Allen. Yeah.
Okay. The only Marcus Allen that means anything to me in my life.
Yes. Okay, let's
two twins and a friend.
Yep. Yeah. So local hobby shops.
Sure.
Okay. So last time we talked about card grading. We talked about YouTube stars and their influence and it being an influencer.
That's our new thing. We're going to try to become YouTube stars, and we're going to start a legion, which is 4,000 to 6,000 people.
Yeah,
and we're at 3 so far. So
yeah, we talked about breaking and whatnot, and we talked about local hobby. No, we haven't talked about that. That's what we're getting into. So
sure,
we probably will get through this, but who knows? So let's go.
We'll go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Did you just say let's go?
I did.
All right. Did you steal that from somebody?
I don't know.
All right. I
watch a lot of different people. So local hobby shop. Go ahead. What are your thoughts about local hobby shops?
Okay, local hobby shops. Yes. Everybody and their mother wants to start one. We have been informed of recently. I mean, and I think people are like there must have been their New Year's resolution. They're like, I'm going to start a card shop. It's not that easy. There's not that much markup on wax, and you better have a bunch of wax if people are coming in. So, I mean, it's nice to have singles, and there's a better percentage of profit on singles, but you better have wax to make them come back. So, anyways, card shops in our area, I think everybody should do well. I mean, pardon me, Triple Play still has a great allocation, no problem. They have customers coming in.
Does their allocation matter?
Allocation on tops doesn't matter right now. Panini will matter for 2 more years unless Fanatics ends up purchasing Panini, and then it's all up in the air.
Yep.
Nobody knows what's going to happen there. Midwest Sports Cards, they have
Huge
a great allocation.
allocation.
They're going to still do all right because most of their stuff's online, and then some in store. Father and Son Sports Cards, my buddy Mike realizes that with selling sports cards, you also have to purchase and sell singles and stuff like that. And Newhart is in the same boat, I would say. So they, I don't see any, and Card Collector too. He has way too many people in his shop all the time. Every time I turn around, there's pictures of people going through his discount boxes and stuff like that. So I do not. And then if you go to a card show, like if you go to the Franklin County Card Show, Rob, you should take some pictures this week. It's literally, people are like, oh, the hobby's dead and stuff like that. No. Those people, those people are people that were in the hobby to buy and flip and think they're going to make a living off of it. Yes, those people have departed the hobby.
Mm-hmm.
The true collectors are now coming in because the prices came down and they're willing to pay that. And you still have your small time businessmen that are willing to, use it kind of like a stock market, but not have to have the quick flip.
Yeah. Okay, so you got very specific about different card shops. I mean,
Sorry.
I wasn't going to be that specific. I mean,
Okay.
this would be my thing, and we can't talk about this without here in a couple minutes. We're going to reference general hobby health, and that obviously is going to play into what we're talking about here. But basically, if you didn't have a card shop established probably pre-COVID push,
Mhm.
it'd be a very interesting time to try to start a shop. And that's like somebody that's very much so pro-entrepreneur.
Unless you got a really good niche.
Yes. Yeah. And so that's the thing. Like if you've already well established on something else, like Whatnot or something like that, and it's like just part of the puzzle, or if it's three guys and you guys don't really, you're going to give it 3 or 4 years to make money and somebody's going to work or 8 years. Yeah. And still not make money.
And still not make money.
But
try to figure out why you come in every day.
Yeah. But if you're going to do that, like maybe you can make that work. But if you're going to leave like your corporate job making $75,000 a year and you think you're going to just like, I'm going to start a shop and it's just going to go, it's just, you've got in at the down
You
slope.
got in at the bad time.
Yeah, you got in at the down slope. And, Fanatics, and we're going to talk about that. So again, this will bleed into other subjects because we're going to Fanatics next. Fanatics, I do think it's going to be easier to work with us as a local hobby shop than I previously would have said a year ago. But at the same time, if you're just the new person and you can't show them $300,000 worth of sales last year, I don't know if they work with you.
No, they don't. They don't have a reason to. There's so many people out there.
Yeah.
The only drawback to that is the printing presses for cards is going nonstop now.
Yeah.
So they're printing to order because they got all these excess orders. Well, now you find that your Walmart's over-ordered because we can't keep it in stock. Well, now, hey, instead of giving me 4 cases of blasters, I need 40 cases of blasters. Well, they're going to oblige them. The problem is, Walmart, if they don't sell them, they're sending them back. So,
so for the local,
a lot of overprinting.
Yeah, oh, for sure. So for the local hobby shop that is already established, it's time for you to diversify. It's time for you to diversify into different things and kind of hold on for the next few years. That's my opinion. And at the same time, diversify, hold on, but move product. You don't want to just get in your 3 cases of XYZ product and just set it on the shelf, because I can tell you, it doesn't matter what your allocation is. It doesn't even matter if you're getting it directly from Tops. Half the time I can go buy it $15 cheaper than you just paid for it, because that's the market we're in. So you need to move product. You do need to be aware of
the current
market for boxes of cards, for singles, for anything, even supplies.
And
don't let the guy down the street.
And not be afraid to be more than what the national internet sites are.
Yeah.
Because if they're $5 cheaper than us, that's fine. But you came to us. You came here because you want to purchase cards.
Yeah.
You didn't call David Adams and say, hey, I want this box next week, so you should be less afraid of that. And Rob makes it very clear that he's very close to them or at their price most times. So
yeah. And also for the customer, because, again, sometimes we get off track and we have 250 people watch this, and I talk like everybody started a shop or everybody owns a shop that I'm talking to or does this for some kind of money. So to back up a little bit, if you're a customer, support your local hobby shop.
For sure.
I mean, Tops is doing things like this buyback promotion and things like that. And Panini's just
doing the
player of the day. And just, build a good relationship, support them.
For sure.
And there's a lot of people that come in and they're flat out look at me and say, I would rather give you $5 more a box and support a local guy that I know I can come back to get supplies and stuff instead of beating somebody else online.
Oh, try ordering supplies offline. See what kind of deal they give you there. There's none. Anyways, shoot, Marcus Allen, 2 twins and a friend. He said the Wheelersburg show is packed, 25 tables, and that's going to be a weird weekend because the Wheelersburg show's the same weekend. Xenia, Greene County Fairgrounds the same weekend as the Franklin County show that Rob will be at.
Yes, you have a lot of choices as a
And
consumer.
then Twins and a Friend
Collector.
Cards and Collectibles are hoping to have something brewing up in Jackson very soon. There's nothing in the Jackson County but 2 skating rinks, so hopefully we can do something going on working great.
Yeah,
I will say this: if you start a card shop, please don't put us out of business. That's all I ask. I just don't. I mean, if I decide to go out of business, I would like to go out on my own because I'm stupid or I did something dumb, but I don't want somebody else to put me out. So
yeah.
anyways,
Okay, so let's talk.
all right, let's go to the next.
Fanatics takeover.
Fanatics takeover.
What are some thoughts about that?
We're all in trouble. I mean, I don't want to say trouble because Fanatics wants to work with the companies and stuff like that. Oh, they won't forget the people that helped them. So good. Anyways, Fanatics is, I mean, if they end up with the whole enchilada, I don't know how friendly they're going to be on the retail side for lower end products. You know, and there are a lot of people that are entering in on that only can buy a box of Hobby Tops, you know, not 5-star or one Capstone now, or that's not theirs, but Bowman and stuff like that. So, I mean, Fanatics is making a very huge move, and it's, I mean, I don't think that even if they give it to dealers at a fair price, I don't know if that trickles down to customers because of what happened before in some certain wholesalers online that were, you know, selling part of their product and then raising it before they were out of their original allocations, not saying anybody that we've purchased from.
Yes.
Anyways.
So I think that Topps, you know, this transition, there's going to be some bumps in the road. There already has. I mean, we know about Bowman Chrome. I mean, Topps Chrome. Topps Chrome, basically, the average guy probably lost $1,000 in that. The average shop, you know, just saying they got a case of each.
And then they had to mess up with Topps Update.
Yeah, and then that's what I was going to say. So they tried to make it right with the packs. That didn't do it so much. Now the buyback thing with the
buyback thing was a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. And
that gives you a reason to go in and feel like, you know, because when you buy a box of cards, it doesn't matter if you buy a blaster, a pack, or a box.
Yeah,
you're not guaranteed money out of it. You know, but if you happen to hit a Judge or a Goldschmidt, you're getting something out of it. You know, now you may get a $20 card, you could get a $200 card, but at least there's something, a cash value, even if it's store credit, that you're getting back instantly without having to sell it on eBay, lose a percentage, and move on to your next thing. So I do think that was a good concept, and I hope they continue that.
Yeah, and so there's just going to be bumps in the road, just as there's a transition. There's going to be bumps in the road, and there has. But then again, you know, with the MVP buyback and with so what they did with Topps Update is they sent it out. A lot of dealers complained there's no guaranteed hit. This is slow moving for us. They gave every dealer back $20.
Except if you bought direct.
Yeah, if you were direct with Topps, you got back $20 per box.
If you bought secondary market, you kind of got
whatever.
You did not get anything.
Yeah, that's true. And so I think they are in general wanting to welcome shops aboard. I mean, they are doing a lot of work. They're
making it very difficult to move on trying to be direct with them because multiple shops we know are in the queue to be direct with them, and they're literally coming back like, we're doing this. It's like, come on. 2023 is here. Eventually, people are going to expect the baseball product.
Yeah. No, that's true. And hopefully they get that all straightened out and push a lot of the shops through, including this one, you know, before Topps 2023. But also, just a random thing, talking about that, you know, Bowman Draft, not the light that we have there, but regular Bowman Draft, direct with Topps was something like $336.
Yep.
Direct with Topps, $336 for Bowman Draft. I think that's 3 auto products, not the super jumbo. I mean, that's crazy. You know, they're around $400, but that's not that huge of a markup. I mean, so if you're looking at your local shop being like, man, you're gouging me or whatever.
No, that's what it was.
That's what it was. Now, do I think that's pretty high for that product to come out from Topps? Yes, but it's doing that. It's doing more of that sort of thing. A few products have really went up. So okay, let's hobby health in general.
Hobby health in general. Okay, now that a whole bunch of people, a big, huge segment of the sports industry or card industries came out of it because they realized they're not making any money. Mostly the Walmart flippers and stuff like that. I think it comes back to normal, hopefully. I mean, but it's a situation where, it's like, hey, the product was here and it went way up here. It's going to come down, but it's still going to be higher than it was. So the product industry, I think, is good. And I mean, we're not seeing any less customers. Of course, it'd be harder to have less customers, but for us, we're not seeing less customers, and we're seeing more collectors coming back into it, or finally realize that they can afford closer to what it is, not every product on the shelf's $500.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we'll cover this one pretty quickly.
Sure.
There's more collectors. You look around at a show, you can tell it. There's less free money out there, so there's less money being spent.
Yeah. Oh, for
and
sure.
There's less investment money, so there's less big money being spent. So definitely slower sales, but still a good customer base, a good amount of people coming in. And I've mentioned it multiple times, but like the overall economy plays a big role in this. We watch gas go down 50 cents and we watch 5 more people come in the shop that week.
For sure.
And so it's just how it is. So hobby health in general, there is still a hobby. It's still alive and well.
Yeah.
But we are never, ever going to see what we saw 2 years ago.
Yeah, the people that keep on telling you that it's going to go back to that, they're smoking crack. Or they're so vested in it that it has to come back that they're just willing that it will. And they got to be every day praying to God, be like, Lord, please let this card market come back so I can get unstuck.
Yeah, there right after our last live, a friend of the shop sent me a post, and it was one of these guys. I mean, I've never heard of him. It wasn't even, it wasn't a Card Collector 2. It wasn't Jeff Wilson. It wasn't anybody like that. And they're just like, contact me, and this is for real. I'll show you how to make 6 figures a year, knowing nothing about the card industry and jumping in. And it was just this big long spill, and he was like, thought it was hilarious too. And of course, I thought it was hilarious also.
I can make you $100,000. I guarantee you. Now you're gonna have to give me $200,000 to start.
Yeah.
So if you can do that, then I can guarantee make you $100,000. Now it's not profit. That's $100,000 profit.
And I know laziness has something to do with it, and we could all be less.
This guy.
We could all be less lazy and make better choices. And then I understand IQ has something to do with it, but if somebody is telling you that you can jump into this market right now with say $20,000,
no connections,
off the street, just $20,000 to work with.
They're flat out lying.
In a year, you're going to make six figures, on a regular basis. They're lying to you, or they're way more intelligent,
or they're trying to steal your money.
Which is possible. Yeah, and so
don't sign up for courses that it's like, oh, hey, give us $100 and we'll show you secrets. Blah blah blah. There is no secrets.
Yeah, that's true.
It is spending money and learning, and then you spend money wrong, you learn from that. You spend money right, you learn from that.
Yeah, so now we're going on.
You take them both. There you have the facts of life.
The facts of life. All right. So number 7, internet growth. The internet growth, the role it's playing in this hobby in 2023.
For sure.
And we've already talked about breaking. So we're kind of we're getting away from breaking and just the idea of the internet as a marketplace, as a marketing tool, that sort of thing.
To be honest with you, if it wasn't for me being vested into a card shop, the internet's fine with me for dealing. But like we talked about, you can't buy supplies offline without paying shipping and stuff like that. But you're losing. The people that are getting in the hobby now do not have the experience that we did in the 80s and 90s and 2000s and 2010s of going into a shop. There was a shop on every other corner, and have that camaraderie of friends, and hey, I'm gonna meet you at the shop. Hey, I want to buy a box of cards. I want to buy a pack of cards. Oh man, I want to hold on to this Derek Jeter rookie. Stuff like that. You don't have that. All you do is you come in and so they're not seeing that nostalgia part. All they're seeing is, I go to a shop, I buy this, I try to resell it. But I think those people have to realize that there is a definite market for that, and people don't really want to go to the internet. They would much rather buy in person. They want to go to a shop that's stocked.
And definitely the older the person is,
for
the
sure.
more that
How many times during COVID when we couldn't get top loads, people called and complained. They're like, "Oh man, I need some top loads. I can't tell you where to get them." And then next thing you know, Amazon's got them for $12 a pack for top loads and stuff like that. It's like somebody's making some good money there.
Yeah.
When we was able to get them affordably, we got them back in here, and we carry them to this day. So
yeah, if it, I would just agree with what you were saying. If it wasn't for shows, my website, connections I've made to kind of wholesale to people, this shop would never be enough for me to be, doing okay, satisfied, whatever you want to say. And I kind of feel like that's how it is for most people. So the internet is probably a growing importance. And honestly, if anything, to me, COVID just gave us a snapshot
for sure.
of because your shop had to close down, but we still had to figure out a way to make a living. And so that was just a snap, and then just got everybody used to finding other sources, finding other ways, doing it other ways. And of course, the card shows, when they opened back up, they were huge too.
Oh no,
because there is a group of people that wants to see that in person.
Yeah,
they want
Plus,
that.
You can't go through dime boxes on an internet.
No, that's
like
true.
You go to Whatnot, everything starts on $1 and you pay $4.50 shipping. That's not you're paying $5.50 for a card for $1. Now that may be a $10 card, but you still got $5.50 in it. And the only way to diversify that is to buy multiple cards off the person. So yeah, you're taking away that fun of the hobby that we like to go through. Bobby is a crazy man when it comes to, used to be nickel and dime, now it's nickel or a dime, quarter, and 50-cent, and dollar,
maybe
boxes.
Dollars every once in a while. Yeah.
Oh man, that gets scary sometimes though.
Yeah, so it's just the internet, the role that social media played in even building this hobby pre-COVID, it can't be understated. And your ability to be on social media, be on eBay, to do that, it's taking up a larger and larger portion of what it would take for you to do this hobby effectively or to sell. And again, we start to go toward entrepreneurial type things, and I want to make it applicable to everybody. So
for sure.
So that's the internet, and we're almost done. And now we'll talk about one last thing.
Okay, here I will lead that question in by something that somebody else put. Okay, Marcus Allen said, "Here's a really good question for you guys. Since sports betting is now legal in Ohio, how do you think that will affect or correlate with the hobby?"
It's like we already read your mind, because we already had that jotted down.
That was our last point. And I mean, honestly, when you look at it, it used to be you collected. You bought a box of 87 tops. You tried to put together a set. You weren't really collecting. I mean, back then, of course, people told you to hold on to rookies, but there weren't big rookies. You were just buying packs to have fun. And then when the box prices got up so high, there's a point where it's gambling. And now when you see, like I watched the other day, somebody open I don't know, it was like a $5,000 box, and he's like, okay, open a box. It's 10 cards. And he marked down what he got back from it. He got back $400 from a $5,000 box. Now, if that's not gambling, I don't know what is. Now, the ironic thing is, the most people that I saw that post stuff about gambling in Ohio is all sports card people. Justin Lamlin, good hit, by the way, on your parlay. He had a pretty good parlay the other day. I mean, I think that may actually bring more people into the hobby. It could, because you do have people that are in cards. They're going to go to casinos and gamble and stuff like that and sit and talk. And I can't tell you how many times I've sat at a poker table playing with people like, hey, what do you do for a living? I'm like, I have a sports card shop. And they're like, the first thing I say, a sports car shop? And I'm like, no, I don't sell sports cars. I sell sports cards. I sell memorabilia. And, they're like, oh, man, where's it at? Blah, blah, blah. I've never heard of it, this and that, because they were never looking for it. But it reminded them something of their past. And they're like, oh, man, I really like going to those places. So I think that card shops will become more relevant. The gambling is going to become crazy as long as the new betting companies you can bet through follow the state law, the laws of Ohio. And they've already started crossing lines and stuff, trying to advertise people to Well, shoot, Marcus, he made $300 already gambling. Now, here's the thing. We don't have a problem with gambling. I never have. I've told everybody and their mother. I go to the casino. Used to go regularly, don't go as much anymore. But there's no problem with gambling if you're gambling out of your excess or within reasons. But if you're gambling with your rent money, your house money, your car money, with stuff like that, you shouldn't. So there should be I should have Bobby run by here with one of those 1-800 Gamblers Anonymous things.
Yeah.
But we're not going to. But
yeah,
gambling, I don't think it takes any money away from cards. In fact, I think it brings more people into the hobby because they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Because eventually somebody will talk to somebody about cards and stuff like that.
I think I'll agree with you. Like, I have different thoughts about this. But in general, I almost think like somebody that itch they have to gamble,
For sure.
could just transfer over to wax.
For sure.
But vice versa could happen too. I could see those guys that are really coming in here trying to pick $1,000 box or a $500 box and hit a $2,000 card.
Yeah.
They might say, my money's better spent in doing a gambling thing. I would absolutely say, and I know there's some YouTube influencers that would agree with this. I've actually seen one of them say this. I do feel that the local hobby shop or the local card business almost does have to figure out how are we going to bring sports betting into it. I think it is going to be popular. I think it's going to be part of what we do.
For sure.
And I don't even know if that means like a trade night is more of a baseball draft thing, or something like that. If it's that season, or an NFL draft to get, a league together. I don't know if that starts to happen, but somebody who's smart is going to try to get sports betting and that ability to do that. It's somehow connected to some of what their shop does.
It would be cool. I mean, it does run hand in hand. You got. I'm not trying to put down women, but you got men, you got testosterone, you got money, and you got cards and influence and stuff like that. So they're going to run hand in hand. There's no way people aren't going to sit there and want to buy cards, and unless they lose all their money gambling.
Yeah. And so that was our 2023 part 2 of our predictions. So we'll see how accurate we were later on in the year. But
did you tell them what products we have out here?
Yes, actually I did, but I was going to just really quickly. We're doing the NFL Player of the Day. That's the entire month of January. You can check the website or check our Facebook page.
I know that if you open a blaster or a pack or a hobby box in the shop and you hit the Player of the Day, you receive 1 pack of Player of the Day.
An extra.
Is there any other way to get those?
I mean, you get two packs for every $50 you spend.
Oh, for every $50 you spend?
Yep. You get 2 packs for every $50 you spend. And then if you buy packs, you open them.
In Panini Football.
Yeah, Panini Football. And like if you open, say, 3 packs of these and you hit the Player of the Day, you don't get extra packs of these.
Yeah.
It's only from the products
products you've purchased. So.
Yeah, products you've purchased. And also this weekend, again, is the show in Hilliard at the Franklin County Fairgrounds. You go to GameTimeSportsCollect.com. There's an event schedule, and it'll tell you about that show. And I personally will be there with some boxes and some Funkos. And that's about it. Share this video.
Yeah. All right. Okay. If Mahomes wins the Super Bowl, what percentage of you feel rookies will go up? Oh, that's a good question. Mahomes rookies, I'll be honest here. I'm going to be honest with you. I do not think it's a guarantee that Mahomes wins the Super Bowl this year because 2 of the best teams in the league were unable to play the other night, being the Bengals and the Bills. They're not the Chiefs aren't invincible. They can be beat, but it takes a really good defense and a really good offense. So.
Yeah, wouldn't you say like the Mahomes factor about how much his rookies would go up?
I think
wouldn't that kind of be like a Hall of Famer that you expect to go to the Hall of Fame and there's little adjustment to his cards? Yeah, I would
say there may be a little bit of adjustment, but that happened a couple years ago when he was in the Super Bowl and lost.
Okay.
Or when when they didn't make it to the Super Bowl or whatever, his stuff came back down because it wasn't insane. You're going to see a lot of modern day cards. Now I just talked about this recently. It's not that they're going to go down. It's not like hey, this product went down, like Mike Trout in baseball.
Mhm.
his rookie cards are going to go down, not because he's not the best player, but the whole product has to level itself out. There's no reason Mike Trout, without a World Series ring and stuff like that, should be his 2011 update should be $1,000 card when Paul Goldschmidt, who just won the
Yes.
MVP,
Yes.
is a $30 to $50 card.
That's ridiculous.
That is a
They
ridiculous
should be
thing.
very close.
They're
or
trying to
closer.
make that into something super. Mahomes, I feel like the same way. He was on the cusp of the COVID craziness and everybody buying. Now his rookies have came down, so people are still buying him, but they're not going out and buying, oh man, I need to have the National Treasures, blah, blah, blah. You know, they're buying smaller rookies and trying to find them affordably.
Yeah.
Yes, Paul Goldschmidt autographs are so cheap, it's unbelievable. I agree, Marcus. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
All right, guys. Hey, catch Rob at the Franklin County show this week. We actually have friends at the shops, friends at the shows all over this weekend.
Yes.
I think Logan, who is a former employee of ours, he will probably be at Xenia.
Yeah.
Steve, who's a friend of ours, will be at Wheelersburg.
Yeah.
A lot of cards this weekend.
Yeah.
But if you want to see me, I'll be here.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Come to the Circle Show.
And Bobby will be here too. So,
yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining us, and we will catch you next week.
Have a great day.
Let's go.